Greetings, everyone. Confirm that you can see me and hear me. Looks like you should be able to hear me. Let me know if you can hear me in comments. What a joy. Let's go ahead and just dance it for a minute. Come on. Dance with me for a minute, guys. Come on. Weekend's here, guys. What a joy. Good, you can hear me. Beautiful. Yeah. Thank you for joining us. I am Rising Phoenix Aurora. Thank you for choosing to click this video and watching me, whether it's live or watching me later at your own time. It is an honor to be here with you. Thank you. Woo! All right. So let's talk about what we're talking about today. It looks like we are good. Yeah. Okay. So you saw the title, The Great Reset, Tartaria. So this is episode 30 to our series that actually began 1 month, a year from now. So we actually make the 1 year anniversary of this series that has been, as we know, the most catalyzing and awakening for us as we continue to discover more and more. And I have, wait till you see what I have for you all today, more and more discoveries, especially on our journey to Nashville and that retreat that we had there. Wow. So thank you, thank you, thank you. What a joy, what a joy. All right, so more about me in case you don't know who I am. I am, like I said, Rising Phoenix Aurora. You can find out more information under my website where you can find all that I'm about to mention. RisingPhoenixAurora.com is my website. I am the founder to A.U.R.A, Hypnosis, Past Life Regression, Entity Removal, as well as many other modalities. And I am the author to Galactic Soul History of the Universe book series, which tells us the universe's journey and all the different life forms within our universe. And we've gone into the multiverse as well at this point. But yes, and then I channeled information, especially, yeah, we have a new book. Well, not new book, new book cover, yes, for book 1. Check this out, you all. So beautiful. Can you really see it? Yep, there we go. So beautiful. Look at her. So this is book 1's new cover. You see her? She's holding a blue lotus flower. And you're reading book 2, what that really means. What does that mean? So this is book 1, and we're that reptilian's being released from there. And then book 2 that recently came out last month. Multiverse. The Final Battle, Galactic History of the Multiverse, book 2. So book 1 and book 2, oh, they're so beautiful. Go check them out. Audiobook under my website. Everywhere else you can find paperback, hardcover, ebook under many different places, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Smashwords, I believe it's called. And yeah, so you can find all the links under my website for that. And actually this video will have those links for you that you can just simply click. So yay, go check that out if you want to step into your empowerment, understand what is the inverted, what are aliens, what is this new world order, and then how to step out from that and how to eradicate it through all time and space, which book 2 goes into. So we'll leave it at that. Check that out. And then I host retreats, workshops. Retreats, next retreat is in Angel Oaks, South Carolina, which is going to be a lot of the content that I'm about to share with you because I made a huge discovery while I was in Nashville. So yes, next one is in Angel Oaks, 1,000-year-old trees, and many other islands that we'll be traveling around checking out. So come book, come learn how to remove yourself from the inverted, self-heal yourself, your family, your friends. And I also have a sale, a discount. If you want to bring a friend or a spouse, I think you get like $300 off. So it's under my site. Just choose that option. Okay. And then the next online workshop is in January. I'd love to meet you there. And once more, take your power back, your sovereignty, and do this for yourself in all ways. You could watch tons of testimonials. I have a whole playlist about that. Okay. All right. So let's see. That's it. So Patreon. Oh, huge. Again, every 6 months we wait for this Isis Priestess course mentorship for males and females is going to be this Sunday. And if you want to watch a roundtable of healing Tartaria, where that roundtable shows to you some of the potentials that you can unlock within yourself, you doing this for yourself. Check out that roundtable. Phenomenal. We'll add the link later here. And yeah, so that actually starts this Sunday. So if you're going to sign up now between that time, and we'll get you going. Hope to see you there. It is just one of the most incredible courses you could ever take. And yeah, and I wanted to actually share with you this beautiful comment before I move forward here from well, actually a fellow YouTuber here that wrote the comment, and it's just so beautiful and so heartfelt. So in case you've been thinking about it and you haven't made up your mind, don't wait any longer. Do it now. Do it now. It's not something you will regret. It's something that is phenomenal, that steps you divinely into your power in the ways that you've never been able to before. So beautiful. I'm trying to find that right now. Let me find that. So many pictures on here. I should be here. Okay. Wow. You all, wait till you hear what happened in Nashville. Incredible. Wow. Incredible. Just get ready, you all. I think I screenshot it on my phone, actually. Let me see. Oh, it's 111. Send love to the earth now. All right. Oh, here it is. Okay. What? That's not the one. So what happens when you go to a retreat and then you have like 1,000 pictures after? And you're still looking through them. Trying to figure out. That's okay. Well, I'll tell you guys later. I can't find it. Okay. All right. Well, let's get started. Oh, wow. Where do we begin? As you guys heard, you watched the testimonials. These retreats are just incredible. The magic that happened, and more disclosure, more knowledge for us. Just incredible. Thank you for the 44 of that number that are watching now. Thank you. I love you. Yes. Okay, we will begin with Nashville, since that is where we were at. And from there, we'll just kind of branch in just hugely. This part of this Tartarian Antarctica, so viewing beyond the walls, remote viewing beyond the walls of Antarctica and Tartaria are the same series. In case you're new to us, there's a whole playlist found here under YouTube, but a lot of the videos are actually extra sensitive, so you can only find them under odyssey.com and rumble.com. So go check me out there. But yes, Woo-hoo. Oh, I found the comment. Oh, this is nice. Okay, let me screenshot and I'll share it with you guys. So I feel like she summed it up so beautifully, and I think this will be really nice for you to read from, from someone who has experienced it, who has felt it, and show you really quick, and then we're going to move on and start. So that's a recent comment, so I want to share with you guys 2 days ago. Okay, and what they said is, if you are thinking about taking either of these classes, which is the A.U.R.A or AuroRa for the retreats and the workshops, or considering becoming certified through A.U.R.A, hypnosis, healing, or raw Reiki, do it. You will not regret it. I started with learning A.U.R.A and Ra at one of A.U.R.A's in-person retreats, and it was magical. I can hardly put into words what the way that this sacred knowledge changed my life. I healed traumas and cleared limiting beliefs that I had been struggling with for years. I released so much self-doubt and learned how to stand in my power. You will learn how to expand your heart, how to connect deeply with your higher self and guides, how to shield yourself, how to regain your sovereignty, your memories, and your abilities, and how to assist others to do the same. The techniques A.U.R.A teaches resonated with me on a deeper level than any of the other energy healing modalities that I have studied. See for yourself. You will be glad you did. Aww, that's so beautiful. I don't know who you are, but I love you. I don't know who the username is. Aww, thank you. All right, so let's get started. Wow, so I've been preparing magic again, you guys. Ooh, wait till you hear. Here we go. So You're not going to believe what happens in Nashville. Guys, we witnessed a sun-to-sun eclipse. Yep. Not once, but twice. Here we go. So what does that mean? So why? I wonder if those areas that are closer, basically, see Tennessee, Nashville is pretty close to then South Carolina, where we're gonna go next, and it's also close to Florida down. So check it out, you all. Maybe from the times, take pictures of the sun in your areas if you're near these areas. Here, like I'll show you a map. If you're in these areas, let me pull up a map for you. I feel that you'll be able to see the two suns together. Okay, so let me show you a screenshot here somewhere. So we're looking at the Urbano Monte map. Near the sun, let me show you the screen. I feel that you'll be able to see. So Florida, Gulf of Mexico, all these lower areas here, you know, Louisiana, what's that, Texas, maybe some parts of Texas, and then goes down to Mexico, really, because this is the Gulf of Mexico here. So we were like right here, possibly here, like in Tennessee. This is where we're at, kind of. And this is what happened. Let me show you. There's so much to talk about, you all. Wow. Okay, here we go. It's so exciting. It's so exciting to talk to you guys about that, about what's about to show you here. So you saw the image under the video, and two suns. Check that out. So in Tennessee, I've never noticed in Chicago, but you know what? We're higher. We're not near the second sun. We know that the first sun, right, in the Urbano Monte is closer to the wall, the ice walls that are Antarctica supposedly now, right? But they're walls. So, wow. And you see that there? Two suns splitting. And let me show you the full length of that. So it's interesting. I was like, you know, as a photographer, you typically want to take a picture with the sun to the side of you, not behind you, because you'll look pretty dark. But I got the intuition that, you know what, I was telling Gina, you should take a picture of me here with the sun behind me for some reason. And there we discover it, and we all start freaking out. So this was the part of my first reunion retreat. And we all start taking pictures, and let me show you some, guys. Okay, this one, let's see, what's this one about? Here's another one. Oh, this is a video. Let's see. So this is the actual video of the two eclipses. You see that? Okay, here we go. And look, they're moving. Okay. We're also going to go into the reset too, because this leads into that. Then there was another practitioner. See, all of us were taking pictures. So if you look here, you can see, and for those of you who understand Yeshua and the sacred teachings of the Kabbalah, that so disgustingly have been taken, and people are putting like Illuminati named on the Kabbalah. You see that right here. Okay, here she is. Look at that. See right there. Okay, and look at even the two. See how the sun, typically we only have one aura, right? One circle coming out. See, you see the two, the bifurcation of the two suns joining here. Okay, so we got two auras coming from each direction. And then we have the Kabbalah right here. So in case you don't know what the Kabbalah is, let me load that for you. Now, Yeshua drew the Kabbalah when he was in the Essenes, and also came from the Essenes as well. And what people have been doing is that they've been saying that it's inverted and it's dark and it's part of holding souls behind. That's yes, no. If you're hearing that, do not align with that, because Yeshua himself drew that. And I teach about the Akashic and the Kabbalah. So sacred. And you're really adding on to the distortion of the falseness of what Yeshua left behind to believe that. So yeah, you've been seeing around like TikTok and different places where they've been saying, they've been putting I don't know if I have it. Oh yeah, I have one here. So they've been putting disgusting Illuminati characters on this image here. So if that's true, then one, why would that sacred symbol with the unification of the two suns make the symbol in the sky? Okay, so let's not distort that, and let's not add any more black magic. And that's actually part of the reason why a lot of people are asleep on Earth. And then when you wake up, then you fall into that trap again, and then you believe that the Kabbalah is negative, or they try to switch it around and move the lines around and the circles around. No, this is the original from Yeshua himself, the Essenes. And we teach how to use this, with how to connect to your all beingness and the tree of life. Actually, that's the class begins in a week from now. So come learn the truth of the sacredness of sacred alchemy that is not distorted and infringed upon, because the Archon has made up that lie. So what the Archon did is that he took the symbol and then he convinced people that this was an Illuminati symbol, and then he's having people talk about it negatively. So that's incredibly false. Again, protect the sacred alchemy symbols. Do not distort them, especially when ascended masters like Yeshua left them behind for us. It's hard to hear that sometimes when I know how sacred the symbol was, and I know back then, when we were the Essenes, if we had to, we would take our lives just to protect this symbol and many other alchemy symbols, to protect them from the hands of the Cabal. So it's really hard to see people talking about it negatively, because I know how sacred it is and how you can travel through time and space to get these answers. All that you are, all your beingness, through all the universe and multiverse, you travel through that. So again, the image is here again, coming out of the bifurcation of the two suns here. So thank you to the practitioner who caught this for you all to see. Again, here it is. So don't get confused. Again, we wake up and then we get pulled into more inverted matrices right there. You see, you even see the dots here, the circles. Look at that. Incredible, huh, you all? Wow. It's just goosebumps. It's just amazing. Okay, all right, so let's see what else. What's next here? Here's another one. So here, same spot. We're up here. We're actually Ruby Falls, which I got to tell you guys about. But look right in the background again. So we're all getting the same type of images. And the way that we were able to see that was we were up here on Ruby Falls Mountain in Chattanooga. I believe it was Tennessee, possibly. It might be a state over. But we were right here when we were taking those pictures, and the sun was right behind us. The two suns were aligning for some reason around that time. And I would say that time was maybe around 2 p.m. So I feel like the magic hours of seeing these suns would be anywhere from 12 to like 4 p.m. Like 12 to 3, I would say. And that would be Central Time, around Central Time. Okay. So go take a picture of your sun right now. Let's see what you guys capture. Okay, all right. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit more about Ruby Falls, which is incredible. Oh my God, look how blue that sky was, guys. This is not photoshopped. This is just a regular picture. So we really did amazing with the dragons while we were there clearing the skies. Okay. All right, so that's the two suns I want to show you guys. I'll show you more about later. So this is the next update that I want to share. We're going to go ahead and go into Nashville, because Nashville was a very big piece to what was going on, what started to happen on Earth of the reset. Okay, so, okay, freaking out. All right. So the second home we were at, which was for the new attendees, the new practitioners, the A.U.R.A and A.U.R.A, A.U.R.A entity removal, and raw Reiki healing entity removal as well. Okay, we're at this retreat home, and I keep hearing like a voice telling me that there's books in this closet that are important for me to look at. And right before I leave, you're freaking out about this. Okay, right before I leave, I look at those books and I feel like, and then I tell some of the attendees, and I feel like there's something important about these books. Guys, we're about to leave the house, but let's look through them. So we start looking through them. We're freaking out, you all. Tartarian books in the house we rented. You cannot make this up, guys. You cannot make this up. And it is the next key to why we're going to South Carolina to heal those lands. But it's also the next key to this Tartarian Antarctica series, guys. So we're definitely going to need 2 videos to cover those books, because we took pictures rapidly before we it would have been nice if we could have rented them out, but you know, it was in the library. All right, so let me explain to you really quick. This is incredible. Okay, so this goes into part of the reset. Here we go. All right, let me load the pictures here. Okay, so here's the book, in case you all can find it somewhere. This book was really special too, because it seemed like it was part of the owner's collection, and they so happened to just leave it out. It was addressed to someone had given to them in 1979, and they even wrote their name on it, and they, you know, and they left it there for their whoever comes and rents out their homes. They can read it and look through. Now, normal people would not get it, right? Because you're looking at, you know, like conquistadores, you know, like conquesting, you know, different locations, but we get it because, okay, so this is again the next video after remote viewing what happened to Tartaria part 1 and part 2, right? And then there was Aphrodite. So now this is the next video to that. Okay, so I know I have butterflies in my stomach too, guys. Okay. You guys, look at this. Look at the years. I'm telling you, you can't make this stuff up, guys. When you're working with the divine, it is incredible, okay? The exploration of North America, 1630 to 1776. This is Tartarian book before the reset, guys. So this actually explains the actual reset and how they went through and started to distort and take over different lands that perhaps were named something else before they are what they're at named now. Okay, all right, so do you remember in Tartaria, what happened to Tartaria part 2 and part 1, how we started talking about how the 1700s were, like I said, late 1600s, 1700s were just horrific, because that's when they were really just, you know, conquering and destroying. Here we go. Okay. All right. So what's next after this? Let's see. Right here, the exploration of North America. It has some names. New York. Okay. And then from here, we freak out, you all. Okay. Well, actually, so it tells you here so this is really nice, but really dumb for them. Dumb in many forms. The reason why is because this book literally tells us exactly how they conquered every country, you all. Seriously. What? So it tells you like their plans, how they did it, the different men that did it, their armies. It is crazy, and it's like original. Okay. So let's zoom in on here. So right here, this map is different if you guys are from England. See, Spain, France is different. There's different names as well. Okay, I'll let you guys look at that for a minute. So England, not the United Kingdom, it's England here. So it's not called the United Kingdom yet. Okay. And what is this? Confederation of the Rhine. I'm not familiar with that. Let me know if you guys are. Keep an eye out here. Okay. All right. Okay, so we're gonna move over here to the right. Here it tells us, so their fleets, they even like, color pointed us for us. their fleet battles, their squadron actions, their landings, their single ship actions, and their boat service actions, where they went and started to conquer. Okay, they even tell us the years. Okay, their plans of the years that they did this, to the reset, and as you know, violated, killed, raped. We already know all that. So here is what they did, little by little. Okay, you guys can see if you recognize any of these names or any of these lands. This one looks like it's, let me see. So this looks more like it's over on the other side, maybe Asia over in Europe. And then here's, okay, here we go, guys. So the naval actions. So basically, what this explains is that that's how they started to conquer, because that was their army, the navy, basically. It's all derived for some reason from the UK, England. And okay, here are their landings, where they targeted, their single ship actions here. Look at, only targeting here. We know how dense these areas are over here and how populated they are and how many Tartarian buildings are infinitely found, right? All these areas here. So this shows you how they began to target them and take over the people. Okay. Crazy, huh? And how, yep, okay. Move as fast as we can here. Some other areas that they might have targeted as well. And again, the year, that one was 1793 to 1801. This one, from there, they went from 1803 to 1815, and they again further, even deeper. Look at this, even more conquering here. Big thing that I read is that, they made it seem like they were like trading. They lied to the indigenous people over here in the States. Because there were Tartarian buildings, but then the Indians, Native American, what we call them now, I guess, they used to populate the majority of these states, and they lived freely. And there was both actually like tan, like my skin color, but then there was also darker skin, like kind of African colors as well here. And that's why we've talked about this in the past, this whole west side of the states doesn't really have many cities. You could drive across and you won't see cities for a long time. Okay, because the majority of the Tartarian people were populated over here on this side, which makes sense because of the energy here, the vortex here of Atlantis that fell here, right? It makes sense that the Tartarian buildings would be right here. And we know, we've talked about in the past how some of these temples are actually originally from Atlantis. Okay, so some of these, Jefferson temples, they're really just that ancient. The ones in DC, but we're going to go into why is DC still standing and all of that, because of the incredible Tartarian buildings they have there. If you go to DC, every single block has a Tartarian, like a whole block is Tartarian buildings. Most Tartarian buildings I've ever seen. Okay. So there they are. They're telling us how they're conquering again. Yeah. So I highlighted this for some reason. Oh, here we go. Tells us here how they conquered these isles here. So a lot of indigenous, right? Like Cubans and, now we call Puerto Ricans. Okay. Crazy, huh, you all? This is like insane just to watch and see what they did little by little. And then how over here they started to colonize more of these. Over here on these Asia, Australia, New Zealand areas. Okay, 1803 to 1815. Okay, and then here, like there are like these guys that are awarded medals. 1982, the Naval Service Medal. What is that? The Naval Journal compiled from Douglas Morris. I don't know what that means. 1982. I think they maybe noted that or something. But yeah, so 1793 through 1815, this Naval General Service Medal, he was awarded for conquering all this. And we already talked about in the previous, right? In the previous videos, how they came from the outside walls. And we're going to see some of these maps that help us understand the outside walls too. Okay. And then again, they claimed that they were exchanging merchants. That was their guise to get into some of these Native Americans, really tricking them that they were going to trade with them, right? Like furs and whatever. So interesting here. They mentioned 897 here. Maybe that they founded, so the English Navy began to found it 897, because apparently they were having some Viking issues. So maybe the Vikings were more positive if they were having issues with the England there. Okay, all right, we're moving as fast as we can here. Then from here, let's see. Battles after battles. Yeah. It says here, and the French were defeated at the Battle of. So it seems like the French had issues with the England, by combined Australia. So these countries here were fighting. So hold on. The French from the country, another coalition was formed, and the French were defeated at the battle. Okay, so the French actually were defeated by Austria, Russian, Prussian, and German forces. So it seems like the French was against a lot of these countries, including England, it looks like. Interesting, huh, guys? Yeah, maybe you guys could pause this video later and read some more of this that we have here. And Napoleon seemed to be a really, really dark, definitely very dark man there, conquering a lot. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next image because we got tons. Here we go. Okay, so get this, you guys. So South Carolina used to be its own country. Can you believe that? See, this own country, its own nation. Crazy, huh? So, but when we look at, for example, like Tennessee, let me find the image. See, you see Tennessee right here? It's one of the only states that's surrounded by, I think it's 7 states that touch it. Because what they did is that they conquered South Carolina, the nation, which is so cool that we found this there. And see, South Carolina, all of this. And after they conquered it, they separated into all those different states. Okay, so we're talking about Nashville, where we went, we're going to talk a little bit more about the Athena statue, that I found more information on that, and then in a little bit. And what else? How am I doing, guys? I'm trying to talk as fast as I can because there's so much to cover. Am I doing good? Okay. Check it, guys. Okay. Yeah, so Gina, who's in chat, she said that they don't teach this in South Carolina because, she grew up there, I believe, and went to school. They don't teach this, that South Carolina actually used to be a nation. Yeah, crazy, huh? And then, so it also, when you're looking at the original map, remember how they were colonizing all this area? So we're looking at DC, somewhere around here, up here. They conquered DC, and they left DC as the main capital of the US. But then it's like not even in a specific state. So weird how they call it the state capital, the capital of the US, but then it's not in any land. It has to do all with the England, the UK, and then the Queen. Okay, so if we look here, we can see the way that this map used to be around this time, possibly, 1711, it says here. When we started talking about how things started really getting really dark then. Okay. Let me see what else I want to share here. So then okay, yeah. So let's see. I think there was other things of South Carolina. Yep, here we are. There's more South Carolina here. A new map of the country of Carolina, right? So after they conquered it, now they have these new maps. Again, the whole region, all those states. Okay, we'll talk more about that star in a minute. Crazy, well, just images of indigenous people. Okay, let's see if there's anything else here. See, now they started making it the Sea of the British when they started invading here. They're starting to add some different names here, like, but then there's also this is 1698 here. Okay. There's even France here for some reason. And there's Bermuda. Okay. Which then brings us to back to show you. Back to Nashville. Okay, because why? Why did we do this this retreat in Nashville? And this is why, you all. Because they literally that was one of the first areas that they started to target when they invaded them. Just like the image that we showed you here, right? Right here, these areas. Going in. And then the others, okay? So there's been a lot of infringements there that need to be healed, and I'm petrified, and you know, so much healing needs to be done in these areas because of those invasions right on the east coast here of this map. That whole east coast. Okay. Which then brings us to the Parthenon. Okay. So we're going to go back to the Parthenon now. Okay, so the Parthenon used to look like this. Okay, and let's look at that. So we already talked about the world fairs were actually not Tartarian, and we would just come together from all over the world, come with our inventions, and just get together. It was really beautiful. Okay, and let's see, I have a map here too. About a map there too, which is a lot more crisper than you can see, but I mean, this will paint the picture nice enough for you. Okay. Wow. Okay, so there's the Parthenon. All of this is gone now. Okay, all of it. There's a pyramid here. Different parts of the world, everywhere. And here, let me see if I can show you. I don't know if I can be able to show you. So it's the map they sell in Nashville. It's a really nice map, actually. But yeah, I got too much light here. But here you can see what Nashville used to look like. And look at this. I mean, this building alone right here, that's behind, it looks like the White House. Right here. Let's see. Oh, this building looks like the White House. Yeah. Crazy. Wow. And then what this map says is that, so this was called the Tennessee Centennial Exposition. And guess when it closes? October 31st. Don't you find that interesting in how they do those rituals on Halloween? That must be an important date for that. And then they open May 1st through October 31st. In 1897, guys, this map was from 1897, before the reset, because we know the reset happened beginning 1920s to 1930, 39. Okay. so beautiful to look at. Wow, this is just incredible what this looked like before they completely destroyed it. It's like these buildings are just like, wow. Like, where is it? Who's looking at this one here? Look at this one. Here, look at this one alone. Look at this. And then there's like even like temples on top of temples. Like this one here, I'm going to show you a picture of it in black and white. Look, it has a like a temple on top of the temple. Can you see it? Right here, which I'll show you a picture of it next. So you can see what I'm talking about. So this is what the cities looked like before the reset, okay guys? Now, this building right here has a temple on top. Let me show you the picture I saved from, look, that's this building. Crazy, huh? So then they claimed all those buildings were plaster. We've talked about this, but obviously they're not. And then they broke them apart. Look at it. Temple on top of this building. Incredible. Okay. All right. So back to Nashville, South Carolina country. Okay. Nation. Let's understand this. So let's see. Let me pull up a picture here. Okay. Look at this image here. So here at the bottom, so we'll start off with a vision. Here's the two suns again that I saw. So there was a practitioner who shared this vision, and I thought it was incredible for you guys to hear, because I've been remote viewing, sharing with you guys what I've been seeing. But this is from someone else's remote viewing as well, which was basically in alignment. And then what she said she saw was when we did a raw attunement there at Nashville temples. It's so beautiful, by the way, to have sacred energy work there, because you really travel and get so much knowledge and wisdom. So when she went into that, she saw lots of UFOs above, right here, above this area here of the whole Parthenon, the map I just showed you. And then all these UFOs were shooting down, and they were like throwing some kind of liquid and throwing like laser fire, like those lasers that we started to see in Hawaii. But they knew that the stone won't burn, so they threw some kind of liquid on the stone so that it could actually be destroyed and burned. Okay, so what I could tell you is that Tartarians that are remaining throughout all of the world are because they had a force field. Okay, guys? Because like we explained prior, but I will explain her vision again. Okay, what she saw was that beneath this force field came up like a flower and encased this flower shield, encased the entire Parthenon. So if you look at this during the day, this bottom, it looks like it was on fire. You could actually see the way the flames rose up. So let me see. Do I have a picture of this Parthenon? No, I don't know. I could look for it though. You can see it a little bit here, how it's dark. But here, if we zoom in at the Parthenon, you could even see, look, like the waves of the flames coming up it, and it couldn't burn. Okay, crazy, huh, y'all? Super, super beautiful though. How they protected, and they were protected by giant crystals, is what I can say, beneath somewhere under them. Okay, all right. So then from there, a little bit update of this reset of Nashville. And so this is an example of what this looked like, what a reset looked like, basically. And again, those were the most targeted areas. So here, last year, I took a picture of what they were explaining about Athena. Nowhere is it mentioned that she has gold. And I am telling Gina, who was with me when we were passing by, and I'm telling her, this is not paint. Nowhere in any of these signs does it say that it is gold. I said, this is not gold paint. They're lying. This is actual gold, right? So guess what? Now the signs, and I can't find the picture. The sign said that it was 24, that she was plated in 24 karat gold. But I did find this website that again wasn't there a year ago. It's crazy how we do these videos and then they start changing their stuff to not make it seem. Look at this, guys. So this website here that I found, it says here, they completely changed it around. You guys, if you watched the video that I spoke to you guys about a year ago when I first started talking about Athena, they had to like cover their, you know, their lies. So right here, it says that she was supposedly gilded in gold 20 years ago. First of all, do you guys remember that on site I showed you guys, and I'm sure you guys looked it up yourself, that it said, I think it was 2006 or 2009, I can't remember, that she wasn't shown till 2006 and 2009. Until then, the Parthenon was empty. So now they changed it, that she's been there for 20 years. And she was debuted in 1990, guys. When they originally said that she wasn't there till 2009, 2006. Crazy. So they went in and changed everything. They're in their sites, and since I last spoke about her a year ago, guys, this is crazy. And then, so it must be so big for them to change it. So here's the other thing here. All right. Supposedly it was unveiled, the statue, in 1990. Okay. All the pictures that you're going to find are going to be black and white. Like, so they supposedly, oh, the other thing is that at the bottom of the Athena Parthenon, this image was added. This wasn't there before. And they're explaining this man and how last year wasn't there, how he did it. And because this was one of the only images I could find, right? This doesn't even look like Parthenon. Supposedly he put her together, right? So not only are they changing the dates and the years by decades of when she came out, but then look at this. This is completely Photoshop, you guys. All the pictures are black and white because they don't want the black and white spectrum to show that she was gold. But look at where they messed up, guys. So this is her unveiling, right? Supposedly now in 1990, not 2009. Look at this. Why does the bottom have gold? Whoever Photoshop sucked. They left the gold at the bottom. They made her white out. And all of their pictures, again, are black and white, so you can't see the gold. Except for leaving that there. Oh my gosh. Incredible. The ways that they've gone through just to, like, make her... One, they admitted that she's gold now, when she wasn't gold before. Because people would look at that and be like, what? This is not gold. What? There's no way. Okay? And now... they've basically going out a lot more, showing more pictures of how she was supposedly made by this man. Ridiculous. Okay, so back to that. Remember how we said that the UFOs were burning everything around? So this is what the lands look like after they destroyed everything. So sad. And that's again there. Okay, some other new images that I found. Well, it's pretty cool because you see how big, again, she is? You know, he's 6'4". And where's the images? I didn't add them here. But a full image of her, let me show you. It's crazy how we share the information and then they change it because they're like, oh man, we need to cover, like we need to, you know, these people are going to be questioning, and then they make up all these elaborate stories to cover. Insane, you all. So let's see a full image of her, which we took. I took plenty. Okay, let me find a good one to show you guys. Okay, so you don't realize how big she is till you see her embodiment in front of you, Athena. So this, he's only 6 foot. He's 6'4", so that's pretty tall for a human. And we humans reach the bottom of the platform she's on to maybe about the top of the platform or a little bit above. Okay. All right. Back to this. All right. Let me see what else I want to share here about this reset here that happened. There's a couple more pictures that I found here while I was there again. Nashville. Let's see. Oh, look at that. I took a selfie with Athena. This is a good selfie. Yeah, so that was at night. Okay, guys, check this out. There's giants in this picture, okay? So look at these little people, right? They're right next to him, right? They're down here. Look at how tall he is. He could be possibly about a good size. And look at this guy back here. Look at everyone small around him. So there's some accidental pictures they left there. Okay, yeah, we saw that. Yeah. There's the centaurs we always talk about. Oh, there's of course the giant door. Okay, I think we've talked about everything we needed to talk about here. Okay, now back to the maps, and then I'm going to add more about what happened at the retreats, the magic that happened, after we talk some more about the maps. How we doing? Let me see if you guys have any questions so far, actually. Let me look. Okay, write your questions again. Okay. Okay, so we got comments, lots of comments. Good, guys. Okay, so let's see. So let me read some of these here. But which reminds me, the sun is doing some amazing things right now, guys, right? Did anyone notice? Let me see, when did this happen? It happened, we're in November. So I feel like it was the last eclipse. Was that October? After that, the sun shifted, okay? So the sun has completely shifted, guys. The sun no longer rises, at least over here in the States, on the east and sets in the west. It only goes 1/4 like this. Like if you had a diagram, like a circle, and so this is right east, this is west. It only goes from here to here, and also doesn't go all the way to the top of the sky. It goes like this, horizontal again. So basically it rises, sun rises now from the southeast and sets on the southwest. It doesn't even do a full, like, you know, like if it was a circle, half to half, it goes here to here. Not half to half, east to west, it goes here to here. Guys, what's going on there? Yeah, so then the sun's all in my eyes now. Yeah, I get adjusted, which I love. You guys can't see me as good. So yeah, I know, guys, I'm so excited about this stuff. It's crazy. Oh yes, I was gonna see your questions. So let's see. Okay. So someone's asking, is the crystalline dome still there, or was it replaced by artificial dome? No, it's still there, absolutely. There's no way to replace a crystalline dome that was created from the divine mother Earth herself, and the gods and goddesses. There's no way you can destroy that. She did that. You could watch Divine Mother, what was her name? The Asian Nigua. And how she explained how she and the Divine Mother essences were part of putting this crystalline dome. If the crystalline dome wasn't there, that means that they could escape the dark entities that are contained and quarantined here. So if that's, so wherever you heard that, that's incredibly false. Don't align with that. Ew, no thank you. So, okay. What else? And Okay, thank you for that question. Cleansing wave is separate from ascension. Will wave before our actual ascension process love, honor, respect? Cleansing wave is separate from ascension. Will wave before our actual ascension process? I don't understand that. So there's, I think, yes, I'll try to explain that. So there's constant waves, yeah, that flow through Earth, especially in eclipse times. We never thought about how there could be two suns eclipses, huh, you all? Yep, because we can't see it because it's so bright, your eyes, you're like, you know, you can't really see it. Yeah, so these waves will keep coming through until ascension, correct? Love you, honor you, respect you as well. Okay, so the next one is, so what was the purpose of them changing Athena? Because to keep us asleep. So one, if we didn't know that she's gold, and I don't think she's gold plated, you guys. I think she's gold, solid gold. Okay, but that's fine. They'd be like, wait a minute. We'd be questioned, like, how is this possible? I've heard people who are 3D, they're like, what? This is gold? Like, you know, it's too awakening for people. Because they lied to us that she, you know, that she wasn't there, but she really has been this whole time. Again, a YouTuber confirmed with us that they lived, I think, maybe near the area, or they came to visit in the 80s, and she was there. But again, on the internet now it says 1990, but they said in the 80s when they were so like a couple years old, you know, that they saw her and she talked to them. So it's just a further lies, hiding Tartaria, keeping us asleep, basically, dense, without questioning, because all these things are what? That's insane, you know? Is there any Tartarian structures in the Western U.S.? I believe there's some in Los Angeles, from what I've heard, but I have not ventured in, because, I mean, this is, guys, this is infinite and vast. I know that they're all over the country, all over the world, actually, the Tartarian buildings. And we even started remote viewing, which brought this knowledge to me when we went outside the wall and started remote viewing the first videos. And we saw there was these gigantic Tartarian buildings there that had these points. And I was like, wow, I've never seen, you know, buildings like this. And then that's what discovered Tartaria for us back then, right? So they're everywhere. All right, someone's so let me read a couple comments, and then we're going to continue on here. We're going to try to run it 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes past. We'll see. Someone said, I can't see if my sun is 2 ATM, but I can say it's November in Seattle and sun is shining out beautifully. I could cry. Yes, I know. Same here. They become powerful. The more eclipses that they have, the stronger they get, and the less their HARP technology will be able to put their fake clouds. So let's keep setting that intention, guys, that we're going to keep clearing those skies. And even when it gets really cold, when it's easier for them to cloud with chemtrails, that they won't be able to. Okay. We just got to ask the universe, and then the universe answers. So someone from a new viewer, never seen your channel, but I love all info on Tartarian culture. Awesome. Yay. Whoa, get ready. We take it to another level. Thank you for being here. Next one is, I always feel so peaceful listening to her, no matter what she's talking about. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you. I know I do that for others. Yes. Come meet me in person. That peace, that inner peace, and that love that you'll feel. No words. Okay. Because that's what I do for others. Love. Okay. But I'm also fierce, right, guys? Which reminds me, I did not say I do not consent to your hates and trolls and negative comments. Keep them to yourself. I am sovereign and free. Keep your entities to yourself. Don't even bother. I am too sovereign. I know people keep saying I should make t-shirts to that, right? We should someday, maybe. Okay. All right. Back to this. What others? Thank you. Love you. Someone said, wow, I have to check out this book. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, check it out. See if you guys can find it somewhere. Let me know if you do. Email me. Someone said Confederation of the Rhine, all information available online. It was a group of occupied states by Germany and France. In 1803, 1813. Book AuroRa is talking about is about a time before that. They didn't hide it well. Thank you for adding that comment, right? They did not hide it well. And amazing. How did this person get their hands on these books and then leave it there for you guys, right? Leave it for us, for you guys, for me to share. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. So someone said, End Times Productions has a video about the Rockefellers taking over southern Georgia. Is it Georgia? And the island of its coast that was occupied by indigenous giants in 1700s, 1800s. Oh my God, you all. Okay, do you remember that video I made of, and I showed you guys the giants and the angels? Yes, I can confirm that. I can't go deeper into that, but I can confirm that there were giants in the South Carolina origins, okay? And those isles, all right. And angels, but they were everywhere. But why target that area? Because there was more. There's a stronghold there of benevolence that they were targeting. Yeah, yep, okay. I called themselves Tartarians. The name of the giant Indians was a name that came from the Tartarian name. I don't remember how exactly it was spelled, but End Times Productions has it in a video. Ooh, cool, you guys can go check that out. Okay, next one is England versus France. Big fight all over the planet. They help us beat the English in US. So England versus France, big fight all over the planet. So France, big fight all over the planet. They help us beat the English in US. Yeah, that's what they said. But, you know, it seems like they were trying to conquer. It does seem like France was more benevolent in nature. Yeah. Okay, the next one is the French are the ones they credited giving us the states of liberty around the world. I do feel some of these co-founders, some of them more positive, but that's something that we could go into deeper later. Okay, next one is, okay. Next comment is South Carolina was big. They used Georgia as a penalty jail colony, and North Carolina was for the poor folks, or how they wrote it. Thank you. Plaster, haha, they lasered them to the ground. Ugh, exactly. There's something about the World Fairs. Tesla was involved in Chicago World Fair. Exactly. Think that they used a large world globes displayed at the World Fairs, perhaps time travel. Yes, and I do feel that some of these Tartarian buildings, these temples, like the Parthenon, were used to definitely time travel. But then she protected herself, and we can't do that no more. She said, someone else said, you were watching a documentary about Chicago fire. It looks like it was a DEW weapon. Yep. It was in 1871. After this data is when they changed the patent deeds to warranty grant deeds, and Americans have a start to pay property tax. Yeah. Oh, property taxes. Oh, don't get us started on that. So yeah, guys, something huge is coming about Tesla, and that's all I can say. Okay. All right. So more on that. Yes, someone said Barron Trump is a giant. Yes, he is actually. I think he's like almost 7 feet. Trump's family comes from Scottish island of St. Louis, which was an island with giants in prehistory. Ooh, thank you guys. I can confirm what you're saying. Oh, they're saying you're accurate. Look at the stars. Orion's bells was pointing north instead of west. Wow. Next one is I commanded to see the true sun on a walk the other day. As I was sun gazing, then the sun came from the clouds and it pulsed red, shift blue, shift back, and then forth like a electric or divergent pulse. Cool. Okay, thank you for sharing that. And then the next one is, are we equating Tartaria as the same time as some of the mud floods? Yes, we are. There is evidence that buildings were built upon buildings. Yes, in Utah. Not just Utah, everywhere. Especially on the east side, and then yes, some in Utah, California areas as well. Okay. All right, let's see what else. Okay. Thank you for all your comments. You guys are amazing. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to this map. Gosh. Okay. Trying to see how deep I can go here. There's so much to cover. We'll probably have to run this till 2:30, guys. Okay. The next image on the book. Okay. Oops. Okay. Yeah, some more clues on how they kept conquering, and then often. Okay, so let's talk about this really quick. So amazing, guys. This right here, okay? You see it all over the older maps. Look at this, guys. What? How many point star is this, guys? 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 16, I counted them. Okay, check this out. What does that mean and why is it everywhere? Okay, in the Parthenon, in the ceiling of the Parthenon is, down here, a 16-point star. Same star as we're seeing all over the maps. This map is also in the Field Museum, sculpted in the Field Museum in Chicago, which again, Tartarian giants. So sacred, guys, so sacred. So what does that mean? So why did they put that in all the maps? The reason why they placed that is because it means literally the sacred directions of creation. 16 for some reason. Okay, and then we started seeing that too in the sun and the stars. Okay, again, this is 16. We got 8, then plus 6. This here, what they explained to me, again, the angels, the divine mother, divine father, source, in case you're new to us, that's why I talk to the benevolence of creation, okay? And what they explain here is that right here, see this symbol, is inwards into the heart of the flat earth, Urbano Monte map. So there's a magnitude, right? That magnitude's always the compass to the north. They call it north, but it's not north. They actually had these different names, these not 4 directions, these 8 different directions. And actually in one of the maps that I found in this book, so again, here there's the 8 and then more 8 points here. Okay, so they're showing really how, you know, the flat earth, but where is it? Let me try to find this map that had the directions. Oh, right here, you see this? It has the different letters on that compass. The N, the D, the M, the S, the T. So what did these mean back then? They meant something. There were directions. Okay, and if, you know, if we're a globe, why would we have these different directions that are 8 but then turn into 16? Okay. Yeah, so this is an interesting map too while we're here. Yeah, look at that. There's, again, Mexico areas. California over here. This is so interesting, guys. Those of you who live in California, is there a big old river or body water splitting you all from us? Because every map I've looked at, you're always split from the states. Because, you know, in our map, right, the regular map, it says that you're just connected to us. But every map shows that there is a split. So there's got to be a huge water mass that is splitting this. And we've talked about this in the Urbano Monte too, because that's the way it looks in the Urbano Monte. I know I've been referencing the Urbano Monte the whole time. So let me load that for you so you know what I'm talking about. There's the angels I was talking about, guys, right? We talked about it before, the giants. Okay, Urbano Monte, where are you? There you are. Okay, so if we look here, Right here. There's again California. It's what is, you see that? Split again from the states. Interesting, huh? Okay, so there's that compass again. So again, all directions of that and magnitude of the compass and why they're directed is that they're pointing to the center of this flat earth map. And there's that ring that's now an Arctic wall, right? Okay, back again. Here we go. Okay. Let's see what else we want to show here. Okay. Okay, I don't know how much longer I could go into this, but because this is a lot, guys. Let me see, let me take up where we're at, and then we'll see from there, because I still have some other things I want to share with you guys about the retreats and what happened at the retreats. I love the way the brown eyes look in the sun. Isn't that beautiful? So beautiful. Okay, so thank you for the sun shifting so you can see the sun in my eyes. I like being funny when I can, guys. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, we're looking at this. More dates and more maps. You can see the British, we started talking about that. Okay. Yep. The takeover there, yep, we started talking about that. So yeah, so they came over here taking over. They definitely, I agree with the comments, this, I feel that they targeted some of the areas where there were still magical beings or giants in these areas, because like we talked about in the past series, again we're in our 30th episode, we talked about how they needed to get the giants, and then Goddess Aphrodite last week's Friday video, she talked about that, right? And what happened. So yeah, exactly. Okay, there's another map. So this actually goes through every conquest. It's crazy. And it's Virginia, Maryland. Okay, the Sea of China and the inches. Look at this guy. It's like a merman. Yeah, some of these creatures are interesting on here. Like, what is that? And there's again that direction. Interesting. Because in our map, Virginia's horizontal, right, to the north, but it looks like Virginia's more like, but it depends like which Virginia is the old one or the new one. But it's curved, right, with the Urbano Monte, so this would be more of the inwards. Okay, it's a good view, guys, there. And then here's another one. This is an interesting map of the states because, I mean, it doesn't look like nothing like this according to what we have now. Florida. Crazy, huh? Okay. All right, we're going to stop here with the maps, and then we're going to do another part. So we'll see. We might need part 2 or 3 to go more deeper into this, but it's a couple more important things I want to share with you guys of our trip that were so big. I know we're live. This is just incredible. Okay. All right. So next on our journey. So I'm going to show you the slideshow here. So on our journeys, adventuring through all the Tartarian buildings, of course, of Nashville, we found Union Station. Guys, you all. I mean, wait, this is not Union Station. Oh, okay. The state capitol. So we actually got to see the inside of the state capitol. And here is some of what the inside looks like, you all. So up here you can sit. Giant, again, giant pillars, giant ceiling. There's our group. You know, we're just tourists checking it out. Pillars here, what the pillars look like. Spirals, the library that they had in there. Oh, look at those ceilings, y'all. And right here, you look out the window, there's the pillars. Oh, magnificent. And then this belt was incredible when we, sure enough, we dinged it. And there's some more. To Nashville there. There's the bell. Okay, so then here is the Union Station. Is this it? I think it is. I'm trying to remember if that's the front view. Or no, that's not the Union Station. Oh, those are some Mason stuff right there, guys. Sends the love to that. Phoenix Fire, transmute that. That's some, yeah. Save the children. All right, and then, okay, this is the Union Station. Tower. Look at that. Okay. Wow. So it's incredible when I go to these places. If you could imagine what I am able to remote view with you all here, but imagine being next to me as we're going to these places and everything that I am being told and I'm sharing with the group. So join us at a retreat in person. Come on. Okay. So this symbol here represents the 4 winds. There's a wind goddess, right? You guys remember who the wind goddess is? Long ago, I channeled her. And she told us she was the wind goddess, goddess Isis, right? Of course, that's why she has the wings. So this is crazy, you all. This is, can I say it? Yeah, so it has to do with Isis is what I can say. And it's a sacred space. If you're ever looking to recharge and heal yourself and tap into an organic blueprint of this building, you go there and you relax. But it's a hotel now. Okay, so here we go. Let's look at the pictures. It's Union Station Hotel now. Okay. Look at this. This is all original. This building was not teared down. Back from the 1800s, supposedly. Okay, so when I went into this building, I started seeing how there were Egyptians that would fly in, and let me show you. And people from all over from the earth would fly in. Okay. Now up here, you see this up here? It's incredible. It wraps around the whole, say, lobby, the top. Keep showing you. There's angels. Oh, I forgot how many. Maybe like 20 angels at the top that wrap around that balcony. And there's that symbol again, guys. The 4 sacred directions of the wind, right? And each one of these angels is holding a different item that represent basically how we're supported and always provided for by, say, the angelics. There's more pictures. All the stained glass is original. All of it. It's a beautiful fireplace there. Look at this. It's a mandala, and how many points does it have, you all? I believe it's 16. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There we go again. And dragon eggs. So this energy is full of dragons and Divine Mother Goddess Isis energy. Again, rejuvenation. And this is like original, guys. This is like stuff that you find at the museums, but it's still on the walls. Crazy. Okay. Let's see what else. Excuse my puppies. They're coming. They had to use the restroom. Zen's got them, but they had to use the restroom. Okay, so you see how gigantic this is? See this balcony that wraps around? Look at them looking at the Egyptian sculpture there. This is original. So why would a Union Station that's supposedly only train guys have stationary on it? Because it was, not only a station for a train, but also flying station where they flew their blimps from, because that's what I started seeing when I arrived there. There's behind here, this building here, right here to the left, I didn't take a picture, right here to the left, so if you go through this right here on the left, there's like a big hallway, and you go down the stairs, and you would go down the stairs to go on the blimps that would literally take off. Okay, for real. So not only did they this bring in people from all over the, say, states back then, they weren't states then, but they would also, people would come in through here from all over the world, blimps and trains. Let me show you another image here. So then, of course, I'm saying this. I say this before I go outside and I find this, guys. I talk about how I'm seeing blimps flying out, Tartarian blimpses, and then we find the sign, the stationary in there. And then there's one more image. Where is it? Oh, right here. Look at this, you guys. As I'm saying this, so this is where you would go, say, to check in for your, if you're going to go on one of those gigantic saucers. Flying saucer, literally still there on the building. So behind this building, there's a gigantic parking lot, like here, kind of like a parking lot, but it's just like gigantic space where these blimps would fly out through. Isn't that incredible? Okay. All right. So like, this is so cool that I found an actual place where they flew out from. Okay. From there, we're just about done, guys. Look at these lotus flowers. So the blue lotus flower. Ooh. Okay. The blue lotus flower. All right. Where do we get started from that? Read book 2 for that deeply, deeply. But this blue lotus flower is throughout the entire station, Union Station building. And wow. So basically, what we understand is that, let me see if I could find, okay, an image here that you need to see. Okay. So what happens is I'm sitting in the lobby and we're just like, honestly, it feels like you're getting cleansed. Your mind, body, and soul is being cleansed in that space. Of course, we had to heal the space first, though, is what I will say, before it could feel like that. But find a picture here. Okay, so as we're sitting there, one of the attendees, one of the practitioners, which, by the way, go find your practitioner that you're looking to have a session with at aurapractitioners.com. Okay. And so many pictures to look through, but I think I can find it. Okay. So as we are looking, and we're connecting to the energy of this sacred space, someone asked me, and she asked me, I'm trying to find the picture. Hold on. Is this one it? Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Let me crop it here. Show you. Okay, I found the picture. Ooh, so epic. Okay, let's just out of here. I don't know if I can zoom in on here. You can't make this stuff up, guys. You just cannot. It's insanely awesome. And I lost a picture. Hold on. Where did I leave it? Where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay, I found it. Okay, so we are chillaxing, really taking in the energy here, right? Get ready, you all. So here we are in this sacred temple, and here I am, right? What's on my head, right, guys? Okay, so one of these beautiful ladies asked me, Aura, so what does the blue lotus flower mean? And I was actually wearing, see this dress I'm wearing had blue lotus flowers all over her. of course, not planned. And then there's blue lotus flowers again, sculpted throughout this entire Union Station, where Egyptians and so on, would come in, okay? And I say, well, I simply say, well, the blue lotus flower means our verse, because remember, our verse is blue. And I'm like, wait a minute. Because then I see a vision and they explain to me how every verse has their own lotus flower. And this sacred lotus flower represents each verse's divine power. And again, with the beginning book cover 1, the illustrator who drew that with the female looking into the blue verse flower, she didn't know that, because she didn't know. She drew it actually before we even went on this trip. Yeah. So she intuitively drew the blue lotus flower, not realizing, and she hasn't read book 2 yet fully, that the blue lotus flower represents our verse. So every verse has, for example, the purple verse has a purple lotus flower, the red verse has the red, the pink, so on green. And then when you connect to the healing attributes to the blue lotus flower, and why it's painted and through all the hieroglyphics everywhere, is because they're literally telling us that that is our verse in Egypt. You guys understand? So she's asking me this, and I'm having the epiphany, guys. Look at what's coming out of my third eye as I'm having this epiphany, a blue lotus flower. What? Okay. All right. Okay. So much to share. We're almost there. Okay, so that was the Union Station. Okay. We also went, as you know, to Ruby Falls, and most incredible feeling. Most incredible feeling. Oh, it's so beautiful. Go here and find Ruby Falls. Hold on. Okay, so we're gonna move on. There's a couple more images of the Union Station you guys can check out. Yeah, so the person above didn't know that we were talking about the blue lotus flower when I got that sacred download, and then they took the picture, and there's the blue lotus flower emerging out from my third eye. Okay, so there's more from the inside of the Union Station. Okay, and then we're on our way to the I think the state capital was. This was a transfer station site. Look at what it says, and there's again that compass. And it's a site of electric street railway transfer station, 1902 to 1940. Okay, so they're saying that there was an electric streetcar service began 1889. So 1889, electrical cars were running, guys. And then, supposedly they replaced mules. I love it how they leave all these clues behind for us. And then final run for the electric streetcars was 1941, again, the reset. The great reset, when we talked about, they reset everyone, mind swiped people through UFOs, and took those great-great-grandparents and replaced memories, you could say. Again, watch the whole series to understand that. Okay. Yep, there we go, you all. And there's a sign for us. Then inside Ruby Falls. Oh, so incredible. She's incredible. Okay, I'm gonna show you this really, really quick. Guys, some of the magical things that happen at our second retreat, where the new attendees were learning again A.U.R.A and Ra. Okay, so it begins with like 20 hawks, guys. You can see the hawks too. You can see the tips. I don't know. I wonder what kind of hawks these are. They had the white at the tips like this right here. You see? Okay. So it starts with 20. It starts with like 8, then 20, then 40. And we're like, at that point, we're like, whoa, 40. Guys. And then we go eat lunch. We come back. And guess how many there are flying above us at this retreat? There is 111 hawks above us. 111. Right now watch. You see that? Those are not crows. And look at those they're hawks, because we saw them with our eyes. And They're all the entire top. Okay, think about it, guys. Okay, we've maybe seen 2, maybe 10, maybe 20 hawks. There's 111, and they're all spiraling, spirals, like Divine Mother spirals, because the Divine Mother means spirals. See, you can see the white tips in them, and then the way that they are flying, you know that they're hawks, because only hawks soar like that. 111, you all. That's one of the magics that happen. And we need to go into, you see, this is a good close-up. That's good. Can I see the hawks? See them? There we go. 111. Okay. All right. Okay. That's what I'll show you. Okay. All right. Something else happened while we were there that absolutely was one of my highlights, for sure, of my retreats. So we're always assisting dragons, right? We talk about how we're here to assist dragons and help release entities, because that's what we teach. Entity releasement from either being petrified or stuck on lands, or, you know, so on. Okay. So, you all, we're sitting on this hill in this retreat on the grass. And all of a sudden, besides these 111 hawks, guys, this happens. We're sitting there, and I have my tush to the ground, and all of a sudden the earth shakes beneath us like this. The whole earth, the lands beneath us, shake like this, like something's trying to get out. And I was actually teaching them this special sacred alchemy symbol as this happens. Shakes like this, and then roar, you hear the roar, and escapes out. It was a dragon beneath us. So we are always helping, you know, dragons, for this example, escape from black magic bindings. In this circumstance, we physically felt them. So we'll see them with our third eye, because we teach you how to use your third eye, right? We physically felt the earth shake beneath us, tremble like this. Everyone looks at me and they're like, "AuroRa, what was that?" And I'm like, guys, that was a dragon. And I can't tell you more about that. But the whole earth shook. You know when, like, there's a ripple? That's how the ripple was. And then it went this direction, like this. So it went, whoa. And then you felt energetically and sense where in this valley this dragon escaped out from, that was trapped underneath. And it was a Divine Father dragon that was trapped there for a long time. That's one thing. Then we saw 40, 50, and I gotta put those videos together for you guys. 40, 50 maybe positive UFOs. So much to talk about, guys, but we gotta end this video, I know. Okay. So here we go. Anything else I want to share? I think we're done. Yeah, we're done. Thank you. I love you, honor you, respect you. Oh, the waterfall, the Ruby Falls. Okay, we were talking about her, right? Okay, so let me load that. Okay. So if you've never been to, Chattanooga, you have to make it there. Okay, I'm gonna show you on video why. So we traveled through that cave that I was showing you guys, right? And before you even travel inside the cave, you actually descend down into an elevator. And they describe it like it is the heart of the mountain, because you are going into the heart of the mountain. So you descend into the heart of the mountain. And then this happens. Let me share it. And we'll end it with this. See?
I'm trying to look.
It's a waterfall, guys. A waterfall inside the mountain. Now we've seen waterfalls outside, right? In the different states. But have you ever seen a waterfall inside a mountain. There we go. Whoa! You see that? And this water was falling, dripping on us, and it was sprinkling us with healing. So beautiful. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. All right, guys. So exciting. Come meet us at a retreat. Okay, all right, next video. So I have information about Tesla coming up. Do not miss these videos, guys. I have also, who else? Nostradamus part 2. He's waiting to talk to you guys about these multiversal flowers that we just discovered further. Read book 2, buy book 2. You all, this book, she will change your world. Okay, and then we also have this part. So we'll see what we do next. Nostradamus, more Tartaria. So I think we should be able to do this next, but it depends. Next Friday, live every Friday, either on YouTube or Rumble, depending on the sensitive content. I do live videos on the Rumble and live on YouTube if I'm able to, which I most often can, but there's a lot of videos again you can find that are sensitive. So come join me in Angel Oaks, South Carolina, guys, March 11, I believe. Or if not, if you can't join us, but you can, because we had many people from all over the world that actually came to the retreats from different locations. So come meet us in person. And if you can't, come join us in the online workshop, which is in January. And then the next one is in April. I love you. Can't wait to meet you. Come feel the love. It is beautiful, the ways that when we come together, the ways that we see the veil really completely thins, and the veil's gone. And now we're seeing the true magic of the fifth dimension and on. And this is just such an honor to share with you all these different, the different magic that happen. And I mean, that's just honestly just a little bit. And some of the new practitioners that were new, they said, "Is this what your life is like, AuroRa?" And they say, "Yes. This is what my life is like." That it is. I live in a whole different existence, which is embodied by Source of Light. And then when you live like this, magic happens around you all day long. Thank you, everyone. But you got to remove those entities first, right? Thank you. I love you, honor you, and respect you. I will see you next video. Thank you for being you. You are loved. You are loved. You are loved. See you next time, you all. Thank you. Share this video as far and wide as you can. Let's go, you all. We have much work to do. Talk to you later.